And we're back. Okay guys, I seriously missed you so much. It was a crazy long weekend for me, just being in my best friend's wedding, but also just catching up with work. And if you follow me on Instagram, you are probably up to date with just like the work saga and all of that. So hopefully I'll have some cool updates for you guys soon. But today I wanted to make a video for you guys on my wish list for this year. I guess like kind of what I'm thinking about and what's like top of mind for me as I consider like my next purchase, or just like what I want or what like I'm thinking about. And so it'll be a fun video. I can just like talk to you guys about, you know, what I'm leaning towards and what I'm drawn to right now. So please let me know below if you were thinking of any of the same things, or if you have any thoughts on the items that I'm going to talk about today, because you may sway me one way or the other. That will be fun to chat with you guys about today. So stay tuned for the video, and I can't wait to get started. Okay, so I have a list on my phone, and actually before I even made this video, I usually keep a wish list on my cell phone. It's just like a fun way for me to kind of see if anything changes over time. Usually what will happen is I will, if I can, like go see a bag or an item in person, and if it doesn't like meet my expectations, or I just didn't love it as much as I thought I would, I usually like take it off the list. And it's kind of fun to see like how many items I accumulate on this list. But also my husband's seeing this list and he's just like, you're crazy. So if you guys know Jamie, he pretty much is pretty good about like how much everything costs, so he's seen my list before. Okay, so let's get started. So if you guys watched my last video, you saw that I sold or was going to sell my Chanel boy bag. I had the new medium size. It was a great size, honestly, but I just wasn't grabbing it as often, and I needed something, and I need something to kind of fill that void of like a nice structured black bag. So I did sell that bag to Fashionphile. And if you guys have any questions about Fashionphile, like I'm the first person to say that like it's probably the easiest route. Like maybe I don't make as much money on a bag if I just like sold it myself, but honestly, like for me, time is money, and it takes a lot of effort to sell a bag. I promise though, my next bag that I do consider selling, I will put and post on my Instagram. I need to be better about it, and hopefully next time I'll have more time and patience to kind of go through that selling process with you guys. But Fashionphile is great. I've sold bags to them, I've bought bags from them, and I just like trust the process. They are always true to their word, and they're very strict and rigid about their process. So this is not like sponsored by Fashionphile, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up as to where I am with the boy bag saga. Okay, so first off on my wish list is, and I need to make room to like insert pictures in this, is the Louis Vuitton Capucines. Okay, so my SA at LV has for the longest time, like for years, tried to get me to buy a Capucines. Now, I love the bag, like it is gorgeous, but I always felt like I was drawn to the BB size more than the regular size, and I just felt that it was still a little too big for me. So honestly, on my wish list is either a BB or a mini Louis Vuitton Capucines. Even though I love some of the colors and like different variations they make, the black with the gold is classic. So, you know, for some reasons why I like that bag is it's very structured. It has a top handle. You can reach in through the top to get your items out, and it also has feet at the bottom, which I find like none of my bags really do. So I think that will be cool to have like a nice structured top handle bag that looks a little bit dressier, but is less fussy. I feel as though like compared to like a boy bag that doesn't have any feet, you kind of just like hoping for the best when you put it somewhere. Let me know if you're kind of like the same way, but the reason why I'm leaning towards a mini is really because of the strap that it comes with. I like the BB size. It's a tiny bit too big, but I'm in between. So please let me know if you've seen either, if you tried either on. Like, do you have a preference? I mean, mini bags are just so cute, And the LV Capucines Mini comes with a thick, shorter strap. The BB and I think the other sizes come with a longer adjustable strap. And I just like a thicker strap in general. I do have that Louis Vuitton bandolier strap that I can always add on to a bag because it is black on the other side. But I just think it's cute that the BB comes with like that thicker strap and it kind of offsets, not the BB, the Mini comes with a thicker strap, it kind of offsets the mini size with like a thick big strap, and I really like it. So I've tried on both sizes and it's a toss-up for me. Now, if I do get one of those bags, I'm gonna be transparent with you, I'll probably buy it pre-loved. I just don't think, for some reason, even though it is a gorgeous, stunning bag, it just doesn't hold its value as much as other bags. And I find that with Louis Vuitton, like the leather bags and the monogram bags, like the canvas is always like harder to get, so its value is a little bit higher on the pre-loved market versus the leather bags, which are less popular, but I think I'm just starting to like gravitate towards that. Even though I love the monogram and there's items in here that have monogram on it, I just think I need a really cute black leather, like simple but structured bag, and it fits the bill for me. So I'd probably buy it pre-loved just because I didn't want to lose any money, and they're pretty expensive as is, I believe. And I will pull it up for you guys. The Capucines retail for, so the BB retails for, so the Capucines BB retails for around $5,100, which is so much. I mean, but with Chanel prices like skyrocketing right now, like I guess it's a bargain. And then the Mini is around, I think different variations, it depends, but it's around like $45, $50. But like I said, I would definitely lean towards a, you know, just a pre-loved one. So you could save a little bit of money on that, and you can really find some great condition ones on the pre-loved market. So that is my first item. So the Capucines Mini or BB, let me know your thoughts on those. Okay, next up is, is another bum bag. Okay, I've done like posts about this on Instagram. I've done story polls about it, but I love my black Empreinte leather bum bag from Louis Vuitton. Now, it's one of my most used bags. I think it's because of like how I can just like throw it on my body and it's easy to get in and out of, but I love it so much that I've considered maybe getting it in the monogram version. Now, the only thing about the monogram version is the vachetta part, and I'm not like totally opposed to it, but I love my Palm Springs Mini color combo so much that I would probably, if I was going to do the bum bag, I would do the world tour version with the monogram, but then it has the black accents. So it's similar to like the Palm Springs Mini. It has gold hardware, but it's also like the Macassar, but the Macassar is silver hardware. So the bum bag in the monogram world tour version, just so I wouldn't have to worry about it. And that's what I really like about my black bum bag, is that it's like worry free for me. If it's raining, it's the one I grab. If I'm gonna be like rushing around and like maybe tossing it around, it's the one I grab. So I love it so much. And you guys always ask me about it, and I always let you know, like, if you carry more than I do, then go for the monogram version because it's bigger. Now, on me, I think the black is like a perfect size, but at this point, convenience like trumps like size and how it looks on me. Like, I still think it would look cute to have like an oversized bum bag. But I just like love the bum bag style, and I don't care if it's not trendy after this year or in the next couple of years. Like, I think it's so functional. So that is the second item on my wish list. Okay, so let's switch it up a little bit. I was recently in the Bahamas for like my first vacation post-COVID, and there was a Cartier in the casino. Now, I have a Cartier love band. It is the wedding band of my choice under my ring. I'll try to include a picture up close for you guys. And I didn't realize like how much I really was drawn to the love line at Cartier. And I'm not a big jewelry person. I rarely wear earrings. I used to wear a watch daily. I probably should bring it back, but without like leaving the house. Like, I don't need a watch. I have my phone. I can look at a clock. But I'm very, very interested in a few Cartier items. So I think first off would be a Cartier love bracelet. Now these are really expensive. I did try on both sizes, the thicker regular size and the smaller thinner size. Now I have really small wrists. I think I'm a size 15. I think it's like the smallest size they make at like in the bracelets at Cartier, and I liked both. It's just really hard for me to justify the price for the thicker love bracelet, and I know it's gold, but is it really going to hold its value just because it's Cartier? So I'm teetering on that, but that's why this is a wish list, because it's things that I aspire to eventually own one day. And hopefully, you know, I'm always, and I should do a video about this, like finances and things like that. I'm always super careful about what I'm investing in, whether or not it's bags or it's stocks or it's retirement plans. I'm very careful about looking at my income ratio to my spending ratio and just making sure that I'm also saving and all of that. So yeah, I think I would have to hit a certain tier in income for me to start spending money, like silly money, like $6,550 on a love bracelet. Even though I will say it was stunning on. I love that you don't take it off, because for me, I need it to be not a fussy piece of jewelry. I want to just leave it on and wear my ring every day. And I think that's the best way for me to like ensure that I don't lose it. And girls, I think I could possibly lose it if it could like slip off my wrist. And then the smaller love bracelet, like I liked it too, and it's a great option for me. But I also really like the JUSTE CLOU line, and I actually really like the ring version. I think for me, as even though I like the stacked look of the bracelet because it has the little diamonds around the nail head, I feel like I could already see it like snagging on everything. If you own this, please let me know if this is something you deal with at all. But I like the look of it. I don't know if it's as functional for the price than a ring would be, and I think the ring kind of like curves into your finger, and I'm just kind of like into that look, just keeping it simple. But Cartier is just classic to me. One of the first gifts my dad ever got my mom was a Cartier watch, and so I'm hopefully someday gonna get there, or it'll be an heirloom for me to have as a memory of my father. But I think Cartier is always something that my family has liked, so I'm really drawn to it. Sorry guys, we had to go get Lulu. She's being a little needy right now. It's okay, baby. Can we finish the video? Okay, so next on my list, let's change gears back to Louis Vuitton. So, you guys know I just got the Keepall 45. And I've actually been really into learning about the history of Louis Vuitton and just the story behind the brand, and you know, just entrenching myself a little bit more into the fashion house. And I love the history around their luggage line and how, you know, it really grew the house. So I've gotten so much use out of this Keepall already, and I've only had it for I think a month, and I've taken it on multiple trips, just overnight, just throwing the stuff in the bag. For weddings, it's amazing because you could just toss everything you need from your room and go get ready in someone else's room, and it's just been great. Like obviously you don't need a duffel like this to get your stuff from one room to the other, but it's so sturdy and it's such a great size that I'm considering getting the size up. So I really like the Macassar line, but I also like the Vachetta line. And the Vachetta, if it's pre-loved, has already patinaed, and I kind of like that vintage, like older looking luggage look. So I'm looking at either 50 or 55. I'm not like one way or the other with it being the Macassar or the regular version, but I think for me, and like now we're starting to travel more, I would get so much use out of it. And if it's not even just for me, but for my husband, like he starts to like put stuff in my bags, and we know like how annoying that is. But it's too small to carry like enough in it, It's good enough for like in the car or like just bringing overnight, but to really like stuff something and like bring enough with you for 2 people, I think getting a 50 or a 55 makes sense. And then following that, this is truly a wish list item, the Horizon 50, okay? A rolling suitcase from Louis Vuitton. Like every time I see it, I'm blown away by it. I just don't know how it's going to wear over time. Now this is totally like way off in the future unless like I found an amazing deal. But I just think it looks so sick. And maybe it's just like the look of like a luggage set together. I think it looks great. But this is just why wish lists are fun, because I get to like think about something that I might not ever get. But a Horizon 50 would be so cute. Okay, so changing gears once more, another wishlist item I have are the Gucci loafers. Now I'm talking about just the slides. I believe those are called the Princetown loafers. I have the Jordan ones in a black and white like linen like textured one, and it's so cute, but I'm just really into them. I just think they look great with jeans or shorts. And I think maybe either the white or the black would be my go-to. Now, obviously leaning towards white because it's summertime, but the black is like classic. So I know it creases and it gets, you know, gets worn and things like that, but I think the worn look is actually kind of cool. It's a classic look. I've always been into it. I've liked it for years. I've tried the loafer with the back version, but my foot always slips out of it, and I know that it can like stretch out. So for me, I think the slide version will be great. So that's definitely on my wish list for this year. Now, if we're going to talk about other fashion houses, I need to hit on Chanel. Now, I know that we've heard the news that July 1st, they're doing a price increase, and honestly, I'm not like happy about it. It doesn't affect me too much because I don't think I would really buy a brand new Chanel bag full price. Like to me, it's extremely expensive. And like obviously in relation to like Hermes, like it's getting up there. So it's a little like crazy to me that they're raising their prices so high. And I think they're definitely trying to eliminate a specific type of client. I don't know if it's like an income-based client, but they're really going to alienate a lot of their customers because they're pricing it out of what's feasible. And, you know, I don't think you have to be, you know, super wealthy to own Chanel, but I think we work hard for our money. So if we're going to invest our money into a bag, Chanel always has a great return on investment, but to get there, it takes even longer. So I think that if I were to buy a classic flap soon, it would be so expensive that I would never want to use it. I would be so scared to like take it anywhere. Now, let me know if like you guys are so happy about the Chanel price increase. Obviously, I don't think anyone is, but if you have a bag, like you could resell it for a lot more. So that's always great to know that your investment is going farther now than it would have before. But for me, Chanel is something I've always like admired. And, you know, I've had the Chanel Classic Flap, a vintage one, and a boy bag. But for me, they're just so delicate, it seems, that it's hard for me to get my use out of them. So I like to use my bags. I want to be able to toss them around but still be careful with them. So for me, it's just not like a good move. But a Chanel backpack. Now, there are different versions. There is like I think it's like the Gabrielle bucket backpack, love. The Business Affinity backpack, love. And there's also I think it's just like the CC backpack, love. So if I were going to buy Chanel and just look at my wish list, a backpack would be on the top of that list. Now I think I could probably get one new that was probably not as much as a classic flap, but I also think the Chanel backpack is just such a cute item that I would want in my collection. So please let me know if you guys have any of them, or if out of the ones that I talked about today, like you think would best fit my style. I think you guys know my style. But yeah, a Chanel backpack would be a dream. Oh my gosh, okay. I don't know how long this list is gonna be. I probably should like cut it off. There's a couple more items on there. I think on the topic of like travel, the Nice BB, the bigger Nice like toiletry case, is something I like would love to have just on my vanity to carry items in. It is pretty pricey. If they did announce a price increase, I would probably just go buy it right away. I just think it's classic, and it's not something like you wear as a bag per se, but it's an item that I've always liked. It's kind of like my planner. Like, I don't wear my planner out, but I use it every day. And so for me, it's worth the amount that I spent on it because I'm going to get the use out of it, and I don't have to worry about buying a new planner every year. I just either make or buy like planner inserts for it. You can actually, I print mine at home. And I promise you guys, I will do a planner flip through soon. It's just, work's been crazy, so everything is just all over the place. And then finally, on my wish list is, okay, this is like really far out, would be a Fendi bag. Now, I've always liked Fendi. I don't have a Fendi store here, so for me to like actually be tempted to buy it, it takes a lot of steps for me to get one. But I've seen like Cassie's little Fendi baguette, like the mini bag, so cute. And then I've also seen like those fuzzy bucket bags. And I also really like the Fendi large tote. It's very reminiscent of the On The Go, but I like the color. I feel like I could maybe toss it around a little bit more as a beach bag, but those bags are definitely on my wish list. I think I kind of went in order of what I'm most drawn to right now. Now, it all is relative to a great opportunity coming where I see a great price on a pre-loved market for one of those bags that I want to buy pre-loved, or, you know, timing, like maybe I walk into a store and it's just like the most beautiful like item I've seen and I'm just feeling like I need to have it. But I did sell my Chanel boy bag, so I do have some funds that I can allocate to a new item. So I'm excited to make a video on the next bag or jewelry item that I end up purchasing. So that's it for my wish list, guys. I wonder if I surprised you. Please let me know. And as always, if you guys had any questions for me about, you know, why I'm looking at a certain bag or bags that I currently have, definitely find me on Instagram at Decor and Designer. I'm super, super responsive on there. I definitely try to get back to all of your comments on YouTube. It may take me a little bit just because I'm mostly on my phone and I do work full time, so I do my best on that, but I look forward to the next video, guys, and thank you for watching.